coming up.
Plus, Ernie just turned 96 years old, and he wrote a book. Coming up, we're going to tell you what the book is about. I tried to get Ernie to wave at the camera. He said, "No way, Jose." And if Ernie says he's not doing it, he's not doing it. We're going to talk to him coming up.
30 years in the making. It's called Bullet in the Wall. And Candy Brown, she's joining us live from Roseville with the story behind this long-awaited book. Hey, Candy.
Good morning. So I told you this sort of has to do with our industry, the media business, and that's because Ernie actually used to be a newspaper writer for a lot of places nearby, even having your own newspaper before. And this book actually centers around the Delta, which I love because anybody who's reading it is going to be able to identify with something because it's about our area. So 30 years later, you are now having this book published. What is that like?
Wonderful. It's a great fulfillment of a dream that I had a long time ago. And I just loved that area. I had a newspaper of my own there and ran a little weekly newspaper for 3 years. And we just had a great time. We voted all the time. And it is no place like the Delta.
Yeah, there is. The Delta is beautiful. And so you had your own newspaper there. 30 years ago, you wrote this story. And back then, really all you could do was take it to publishers. And that wasn't becoming a possibility. So what happened that made this book come to life?
Well, Amazon created a little subsidiary company called Creative Space. And they decided to, and it's kind of bothering the big publishers in New York because they don't do this. They have authors get published that can't make it any other way. You know, my book went to all the publishers in New York and a lot of agents. And nobody bought it. It was 30 years ago. Well, now I heard about Amazon coming on with this program they have, and a lot of unknown authors are getting published now through that, and it's a great thing because we all wanted to be published, you know.
Yeah, and look, here he is. There he is right there. This is his book, published with the help of his son. They were able to scan everything in. You can buy it on Amazon. You need to pick this up. It's called Bullet in the Wall. Really quick, what's the story about? What's the story?
It's a newspaper story, really. And this murderer is a murderer, and there's a mystery to all, a thriller type of thing. But it's basically about this newspaper guy, which I was doing, bought a newspaper in the Delta, Blue Weekly, and he runs into all kinds of problems with the city council and the merchants and all, trying to publish the news as he sees fit.
And basically, they don't want him to tell the story.
Well, that's one that it bothers them because they hope that all of the farmers down there were holding out for some big developer to come along and buy their land, you know, so they could leave. But he says in the book, John Rock says in the book, I don't know why they're doing that because they're doing fine as farmers. They're wealthy, you know. And so he's publishing this book. This newspaper with great difficulty, facing all these odds, and that's basically what the story's about. Information, the Freedom of Information Act, and I even dedicate the book to John Moss, congressman from Sacramento, who fathered the Freedom of Information Act.
Okay, I love it. Lots of local ties in the book. Again, it is called Bullet in the Wall, and I have to tell you, what you cannot see is Ernie's family here taping all of this on their phones. He has a lot of family support out here. Look at how cute they are.
So
I know.
cute.
Isn't that sweet? They're very proud of you, Ernie. It's very cute. Guys.
Thanks, Candy. Ernie is very cute. Go check out Bullet in the Wall.